Hello and welcome to The Tea, where all the piping hot gossip will be spilled. I'm Antonia Rankin.
And I'm Kerry Boyne, and we are coming to you live from the NFTS studios here in Beaconsfield on the 12th of November.
I'm sure the tea is especially hot today.
Oh, it is, my love. Too early for those Christmas lights? Well, nature doesn't seem to think so. I heard on the grapevine that sky gazers are in for a real treat this week, as a rare sighting of the Northern Lights is forecast to brighten up your Wednesday night. Keep those eyes on the sky.
We also learned that the BBC are in hot water right now after doctoring Trump's speech before the Capitol riots on January 6th. Trump has asked the BBC to apologise by Friday, or they're to pay just a small loan of $1 billion.
Chump change, really. Well, I think this one tops it all. My sources have told me that a baby flamingo has been found after escaping a wildlife park in St Ives and flying to France. Ooh la la. She's safe, but of course no more holly bobs for her.
Oh, poor flamingo. It's already been a crazy day, and that's just the tea that we've spilled so far. But we are just starting. Kerry, what can our viewers expect tonight?
Well, Antonia, we'll be joined in the studio today by the Beaconsfield Rugby Club to discuss men's mental health.
Have you ever wondered how to prolong your life? We sent our roving reporter CHRISTIAAN MITCALFE to investigate the secrets of longevity.
And in the spirit of community, we will hear from the team behind one of the most beloved murder mystery shows in the UK, Father Brown.
This is the most exquisite moment of my entire...
Blimey, drama.
Dramatic much.
I'm going to be looking at that. And our music today is by none other than the very talented WYMBS.
But first, I want to know, Antonia, do you have any hot takes on food?
Oh, you know, don't kill me, but I actually really don't like mince pies.
Wow. You know why? Because you haven't had my mum's. My mum's are exquisite.
She'll have to bring some in.
I will bring some in for you tomorrow. Absolutely. Now, it's National Roast Dinner Day today. So let's find out what the piping hot takes are on the streets of High Wycombe.
Oh, I have a hot take on those too.
No, too late.
I would say my ideal roast dinner consists of roast pork with crackling and all the trimmings.
Broccoli, chicken, roast potatoes.
Roast potatoes, roast beef.
Not cooked carrots, just them raw. Chicken, gravy, and then some mashed potato as well.
Probably a Yorkshire pudding.
Beef, I don't know, stick with beef.
Roast potatoes, maybe some cauliflower cheese, some parsnips.
Roast parsnips, usual peas and carrots.
Parsnips.
Who likes parsnips? I don't really like them. And Brussels sprouts. That too. Don't really like them. Do you know what? It's going to be a bold statement. I could leave a roast potato.
Stuffing, don't like stuffing.
Marshmallows.
Any greens. Any greens.
You don't like it at all. You might as well say
Why are you saying?
I like gravy. You
I'm
don't.
picky though.
I'd love to be sat with my mum, my sister, my little brother.
Just my wife.
Yeah, I would say I would have Charlie.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, it had to be just your family, really. You know, mum, dad, boyfriend, sort of sister, and everything.
With roast dinners, they always bring our families together.
That's the tea. And that's the tea.
And here's the tea from the National Film and Television School. Thank you very much, guys. Love a cup of tea.
Not going to lie, probably the most distressing part of that was the raw carrots. Like, what on earth? And now from roasting dinners to roasting sinners. See what I did there? The popular BBC series Father Brown will soon come back to our screens for its 13th series. And we are joined in the studio today by series producer David Innes-Edwards and script producer Dawn Beckett. Welcome to the tea, David and Dawn.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us. But before we get into it, let's take a look at Father Brown in action.
I can't apologise too much.
high-speed chase. It's all going on there. Right, let's get into it. Let's talk all about Father Brown. David, what do you think makes the book and characters so widely loved?
Well, I think Father Brown as a character is a figure of authority that it can be trusted. He has no hidden agendas. He's not as such interested in the crimes that people have committed, but in their redemption, they're saving their souls. And I mean, the main factor is it's played with a huge amount of charm by Mark Williams.
Yeah, so it's more about the purity, really, and finding the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. And Dawn, what is the process behind adapting Chesterton's short stories?
Well,
he's got quite a lot.
Yeah, well, we only actually adapted some stories in series 1. So the first episode, Hammer of God, there was Flying Stars, the Blue Cross, the first Flambeau episode. But since then, we've kind of branched out and kind of stayed true to the character of Father Brown, but found our own original ideas and very much of the era. And we've even moved onwards from 1953 to 55. So.
Yeah, so on that, because how do you go about creating those new stories while still keeping the character true to the style and tone?
Yeah, well, we've had our exec producer has been there from the beginning, Neil Irvin, and he has always had a strong hand over how Father Brown comes across, and that his whole kind of reason for being is to save souls. But alongside that, the other way we develop stories and the crimes of the day, basically the writers get to pitch to us. So they have this authorship, and we work with them to try and find a fresh new angle, fresh new murder method, but always find the heart underneath it with the motive.
And David,
our executive always has the final say.
Nice.
Yes, which helps.
Because there's probably a lot of ideas floating around. Actually, it's trying to streamline.
Yeah, and he's a writer as well, which really helps.
So series 13, big achievement. What do you have in store for the upcoming run? Can you reveal some things to us?
Some we can. You know, I mean, we've got a trip to the seaside.
Oh, lovely. Who doesn't like going to the seaside?
That's it.
Exactly.
And yeah, so that's good fun. What else have we got, Dawn?
We have another Flambeau episode we do every year, every series, but also we have the return of Father Lazarus, who is the new nemesis of Father Brown.
Okay.
We have a star turn from Maureen Lipman, we're allowed to say that,
yes,
as well.
Oh, you're putting
Julius,
us some serious
Julius
tea.
Sawala in the same episode,
Very exciting.
Very juicy.
So, David, the show's set in the idyllic British countryside. What's an average day like on set?
Well, I always feel the luckiest person going, really, because I set off with film all through the summer, so the weather's often lovely. I put the roof down on my car and I drive to work and I think, yay!
Lovely, wind in the hair.
Yeah. And then you go to these lovely locations all around the Cotswolds, which aren't always easy to film in, but we managed to make it look like they are. And we've got a fantastic cast. And we like to keep a very good humour on the set all the time, really, a very light atmosphere, because that kind of moulds into the DNA of the show, you know, that charm.
You're basically having fun from noon all the way to
That's
midnight.
what we aim for, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Dawn, we have to know, who is your favourite murderer?
Oh, in Father Brown, it's hard. Oh, it's a hard one, because I always like the murderers that you can relate to a point, as in you understand the motive. That might not be how you dealt with it.
Yeah,
but
no, you probably would have made
a
a different decision, but hey, no judgments.
I normally go for those, but Father Lazarus is my favourite new kind of
the nemesis.
character. The nemesis.
Interesting.
Played by Lex Shrapnel, who's fabulous
he is
in the part. Yeah.
Oh, well, let's cut to the really important question. When do we get to see the next series?
Well, January, early January. We don't know the exact date yet, but it'll be early January, and they'll show it weekly, but also all of the episodes will be available on iPlayer right from the start, so you can binge it if you want to.
We do love to binge things, don't we? Well, something to look forward to in the new year.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, David and Dawn. I can't wait for the new series to finally come out, and now over to you, Antonia.
It's nearly time for a short tea break, but don't go anywhere because we will be back and all the secrets of longevity will be revealed. But taking us to the break, it's time for some music with the song It's Better to Burn Than Fading Away by WYMBS.
Yes, I know that whips the other way, but I'm burning down the fast lane, flying out of here, out of control. Oh, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I'll turn around and question why, round, I'm asking. It's better to burn out than fading away, 'cause I don't wanna fade away. I don't wanna fade away, 'cause the time has come to love again. Better to burn out than fading away, 'cause each and every precious day I live in hope and dream, oh yeah. 'Cause each and every precious day I live in hope and dream away. I don't wanna fade away, I don't wanna fade away, 'cause the time has come.
You've never been this close to your local farmer and fisherman.
welcome back to The Tea. We never run out of piping hot takes, unbelievable gossip and unlimited entertainment. It's the 12th, which means we're right in the middle of Movember, and it brings with it an important opportunity to talk about men's mental health. 1 in 8 men will experience a mental health problem, and suicide has become the biggest killer of men under 45. Here to talk about what they're doing for Movember is the Beaconsfield Rugby Club.
Thank you so much for having us.
We have with us today Alex, Luke and Jax. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having us.
Now, during Movember, men grow out their beards and moustaches, or some of them, to raise money for mental health charities. So today we're going to have an open conversation about our mental health, and to stop us from balling up our emotions, we're going to use this rugby ball to help with our conversation today. Now, only the person holding the ball can speak, but they can pass it on to whomever they choose, as long as they pass it back to me for the next question. So hopefully my catching skills will stand up to the test, but bear with me. All right, let's start off with you, Jacques. How long have you been playing with these guys?
So I've been playing with these guys for 2 months, maybe even 3 now, with pre-season starting. But yeah, and then before I was just at school, and then Marlow, so kind of jumped the ship, but yeah.
Well, I'm sure they're thrilled to have you here. Now, Luke, why are you choosing to get involved in Movember? What does it mean to you?
I mean, on the face of it, it's growing a moustache and trying to get facial hair and be as manly as possible. But it's also just to show that, like, even if you're not speaking about it, you do stand with it, and people don't have to feel like they're stuck on their own. There are people out there who do support them. That's how I feel. That's my way of showing people that I do care.
Absolutely, and that's such a lovely sentiment. Now, Alex, would you say that rugby is a good outlet for those emotions?
Rugby's a fantastic outlet for pretty much the gamut of emotions, but if you're focusing on mental health, positivity, exercise and a community around you is always going to be absolutely pivotal to bettering your mental health, but giving you a platform to speak about it. So ultimately I would say it's been a lifesaver for me and a lot of people I know around that do really use it as a crutch and an outlet. I would say all sport's fantastic, rugby for me has been the one.
Of course, and it's so important to have something you can have as that outlet. Now, Jacques, we know that rugby has a bit of a stereotype of big macho men. Do you think that presents any challenges?
I think it's a lot of people like misregard the fact that it's quite a physical sport. So the fact that everyone who does it is giant. Like, look, I'm not a particularly big guy.
But that's okay, that's okay.
But it's like, I think there's always that aspect of like macho to do with rugby guys, but most of them, when you like actually like spend time with them, they'll just there for a good laugh. Like, we'll do it, like, of course there's people who do it for specific reasons, but most of us, like, we have that outlet, but it's also linked just to the love of the sport and how much we enjoy just watching it play and playing it ourselves.
Of course, and that's so important. Now, Luke, do you think having a team sport has been an important element for you for mental health?
Yeah, I mean, I've come from swimming, so having my head in the water for 2 hours a day isn't the best for speaking and being in a team, but being at the rugby club now, it's really good, because even if it's just a passing comment whilst on the field, you can get your emotions out, and people on the field also understand you, and they know what situation you're in. So if there is something going on, you can speak to someone, or if it's during a game, you can have that moment as a team and just work things out and then move on on a better page, really.
Absolutely, and on the topic of speaking to someone, Alex, why do you think that men's mental health is such a taboo topic?
I'm not sure if I challenge that assertion now.
That's a good thing.
If you look at even sort of leading lights in this sport, Joe Marler obviously sort of recently retired, but high profile for people at home now, obviously with the traitors, and even if you love rugby, you'll have seen the 7-4-5 game for the M&G charities that Rob Burrow and Slater are involved in over the weekend. He's massively high profile, and he was incredibly open 2018, going back about his depression, his anger issues, and not just him, but sort of all of those players before them that are publicly speaking about mental health. I've found, certainly being slightly older than these two, that yeah, generationally speaking, it was harder to talk about it, but probably not for the reasons you'd think, not because it was shunned. It was rugby, and most sport is about next job. It's about focusing on what you're going to do to improve and how you get to the next step. It's often not about reflecting. But that community around things after the game now, and people understanding that to reach out isn't weakness, but also that people do have the time for it. They're not just focused on their own thing. Has changed massively, and certainly in the last 5-10 years, it's been a huge community outlet for me, and I know that people feel a lot more comfortable talking about it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys. Now, I guess the most important question of the day is now, who do you guys think has the best moustache? And let's not go for the obvious. Okay, right. Actually, let's change the question. Alex, who do you think has the potential for the best moustache?
I will apologise, Jacques. You're not, there, not quite there yet, buddy, but you've got a few years. I'd say Luke's got it going on. Give him the rest of the month. I reckon he'll get there.
Now,
that means a lot.
Now, of course, all jokes aside, Movember's about so much more than just moustaches, and thank you so much, guys, for being so open and coming to talk with us today.
More than welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and also for putting up with my rugby skills.
Hey, not bad. Not
Although
bad,
I think we did a good job. And don't you forget at home that next week is International Men's Day, so show the men in your life some love. Now, did you know that compliments have been proven to increase your life expectancy? We sent our roving reporter to investigate the secrets of living a longer life. Let's take a look.
Meet Christian. He's 25, which means he has a life expectancy of 88, 3 years shorter than a woman of the same age. He wants to live to 100 because he wants to get a birthday card from the king.
I want a birthday card from the king!
So he took to the internet to see what might help him live longer. First up, yogurt. The world's former oldest person, Maria Brañas Moreira, who lived to the age of 117, ate yogurt 3 times a day, which reduced inflammation and gave her the gut microbiome of a teenager. A recent study by the American College of Cardiology found that daily olive oil consumption reduces the risk of developing cancer, cardiovascular diseases, and neurodegenerative diseases. Unfortunately for Christian, it didn't taste all that good. Studies have consistently found that a Mediterranean diet contributes to a longer, healthier life. So we're treating Christian to some cured meats and olives, which he enjoyed a fair bit more than the olive oil. Christian might not be keen on the smell, but the NHS recommends consuming oily fish such as sardines due to its high levels of omega-3, which is good for your heart. And finally, for a little aperitif, sherry. Rita Farmer, Norfolk's oldest woman at 111 years old, cites a daily glass of sherry with her lunch as a key factor in her longevity. Now, a bit of exercise to burn off those calories. Countless studies have shown that daily exercise extends your life expectancy, although maybe we should have done this before the meal. But it's not just the body that needs exercising, so we've set Christian a GCSE maths paper to get his grey matter working as well. And while he's doing that, we're visiting a man who has already reached 88, Beaconsfield resident Anthony DUPARC, to see what has helped to keep him fit and well.
I've had what I'd call a good life. When I was 23, I was actually doing national service. I spent 45 years commuting on the London Underground to the City of London for work. I wasn't a sporting person at all, but my main recreations were gardening and walking. The Chiltern Society created the Chiltern Way, which was then a 125-mile walk around the Chilterns. I was one of the 13 founder walkers of that, and so I do love looking at the countryside. I actually had a medical checkup. When I told him that in the last 8 days I'd walked 65 miles, he said, "I don't think we need to discuss it anymore." Generally, I like to have a laugh, let's put it like that. I want to keep my brain active, so every day I have a go at Wordle, Sudoku, and the quick crossword. I enjoy eating. I always say I have an after-supper supper. I'd love to be around in 30 years' time, just to see what it's like. I like to keep going.
I feel younger already. Gosh, I like an after-dinner snack as well.
Oh, you are looking youthful and healthy, darling.
Thank you so much.
Well, that is the end of our show. Thanks to all our guests, David Adorn from Father Brown and the wonderful lot from the Beaconsfield Rugby Club.
Join us tomorrow at 5 p.m. live on the T for more piping hot goss that we can't wait to spill with you.
But before you turn your TV off and go off to doom scroll on TikTok, we've all been there, it's time for a final performance from WYMBS with Looking Glass.
Good night from us. See you tomorrow.
In my head, and with you gone, she can't move on to better things. So choose the road and travel far ahead. But the money in my pocket ain't enough. The memories that we made have lost their lost. Blame myself, it didn't last. The answer's in the looking glass. The answer's in the looking glass. It ain't enough. The memories that we made have lost their gloss. Oh, wait a minute, not so fast. The answer's in the looking glass. The answer's in